All right, guys. Today, we're going to be doing a rotation mock draft. It's a little bit different style of a video. It's instead of just picking everybody going through the list and me and Jack agreeing on everything, we're going to go team by team. He will be doing odds. I will be doing evens. We will be drafting all 32 teams. We don't care if you like it or not. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll be drafting all 32 teams, and then this will be the precursor, I guess, to our final mock draft video that will drop later this week.
We're
Jack?
recording on Sunday here. When's the draft? Thursday?
Yeah.
It's coming up super close. All right,
Without
starting
further
off.
ado, let's get started.
Yes. So number one, very obvious. I think everyone will say the same exact thing over and over and over and over again of how obvious this number one pick is. It's going to be Caleb Williams. Not really anything to say. And everyone says there's not really anything to say because there really isn't.
No.
It's it, it, it's it's very, very obvious. Very,
Moving
very obvious.
Justin Fields was the final puzzle piece there. So,
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
all right, I have two. I have the Washington Commanders. Now with this, I
Oh,
want.
we are doing trades too, by the way.
Yeah, no,
So
I
we can.
know, I know we're doing trades. Yeah, but I'm not. The Commanders aren't moving off of two. It's going to take way too much for anybody to get it up there. So, I have them taking Jaden Daniels, despite all of that, all of the stuff you see that people tanking. He doesn't like the Commander. I don't care. CT ESPN saying he wants to be a Raider and tanking his Washington interview, whatever it is, they're taking Jaden Daniels. I fully believe they're taking Jaden. Again, this could age completely wrong in the next 4 days, but I think they take Jaden Daniels. He makes the
Yeah,
most sense. He's a mobile QB. Sam Howell wasn't as mobile of a QB, so I think it'll fit their scheme a little bit better behind a bad offensive line where he has to run for his life a little bit. So
it's true. I mean, it's true, but it's tough. It's tough.
yeah.
It's tough.
All right,
I've
Jack.
been seeing a lot more of Drake May recently, actually.
Yeah. You got the Pats at three,
Well, I mean,
I guess. For
we
those.
can make this pretty. It's pretty obvious. It could be even the first four people being drafted would be quarterbacks. So obviously Drake May is coming here. It would be a very Patriots thing to do to go ahead and pick JJ McCarthy right here.
Yeah.
I can
Oh,
see. And whoever's watching this, when you see the draft on Thursday, if the Patriots pick up JJ McCarthy with the third overall pick, just know I said I told you so.
not
But
only that, but
said I'm picking Drake May.
you
I'm,
guys
I'm
might see one of our co-hosts have a live meltdown. So
yeah, JJ would hate that.
yeah,
He would hate that.
and I would take great joy in watching him lose his mind.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right,
So
you
with
got
you with number four here,
taking
I'm
JJ.
curious if you're open to any trade requests.
I am, but at the same time, I'm a Vikings fan, so it would be a little bit too obvious. I have them standing firm because I think my Vikings are going after the third pick, not the fourth, because the Pats have
Mhm.
been open to trade discussions. So I think this is kind of lame. It's kind of obvious, but I think the Cardinals sit there at four and give Kyler another receiver and Marvin Harrison Jr. So I'm going to go
Yeah,
Marvin Harrison Jr. to four.
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. And with the Cardinals, I mean, they already have another first round pick here. So I don't think that they value any more first round picks
Yeah,
more than like the Chargers would.
I
I
could
feel
be.
like
I would be shocked if they didn't try to move that other first round pick to move up or down in the first round.
27.
Yeah, because you can move up a little bit. You can hell they could swap with my Vikings at 23.
I mean, sure, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know. I think they stand put. I don't know. I don't really see unless they want to go for one of those like big time cornerbacks, like if you're looking for Quinyon Mitchell at like 14 or 15 here.
shout out Toledo. You got the
Now,
Chargers at five.
with with any of your even numbered teams, are any of those wanting to trade up? Like, are you interested at all?
Yes, and it's
I'm open for business here. I am
sooner than
open for
sooner than you think.
yeah. I'm not using the Vikings to move up to 5 here.
No, I would.
But I if is there isn't any teams on
No,
that
there
that
is.
are huh?
There is Giants. Giants at six.
Okay. I'm open to hearing offers. Why do you think the Giants need five?
Literally just a pick swap. Literally just a pick swap. You
Okay.
guys get six, we get five. With because the Chargers aren't in a market for a QB as much. I mean, who knows? They might move on from Herbert. I don't know how likely that is with how much dead cap money they have to take on. But I could see them moving back because they're not. If you have McCarthy going to the Patriots at three,
I
Harbaugh.
don't. I picked Drake May. We picked
Okay,
Drake
I
May.
had yeah, but if let's say hypothetically for the sake of argument, they take JJ McCarthy at three. You should
Oh yeah.
then
Then five is being traded for
yeah,
sure.
and five is being I think five is moved and they do a pick swap. So I'm gonna pick swap real quick.
But we took Drake May though, so we're not doing that scenario.
But no, I'm saying they're still gonna move down because the Giants are gonna I think the Giants are gonna move up and try to get JJ JJ McCarthy. I think the Giants take JJ McCarthy at five.
You looking for that?
That sounds outlandish. It sounds delusional, but it just like it makes way too much sense to me because they need a QB. I don't think they believe in Daniel Jones as much as anyone thinks. So then I have them taking what did I say they were moving up for? Because I had full
JJ
disclosure.
McCarthy?
Yeah, full disclosure, I thought you were taking I didn't realize you were taking Drake May. I had selected JJ McCarthy. So yeah, for
Brother, that's what I was trying to talk to you about.
yeah, no, that's my fault. So I have the Giants taking JJ McCarthy at five, of course. But when you see
Okay.
this, I made a mistake. So yeah, I have the Giants taking JJ McCarthy at five, and then
Yeah,
just
because you said regardless if it's Drake May or JJ McCarthy, you want them to trade up.
yeah.
I mean I think that that could be moved regardless for a lot of teams here. And I think it's smart for the Giants to move up here because you could have the Titans trying to move up to five here, even to get their tackle and Joe Alt. I mean, plenty of teams, the Vikings, the Broncos, Raiders, a lot of these teams, I guarantee you are looking to move up for that
I
Q.
wouldn't be shocked if like Tennessee sees the first two QBs go off the board, and then they're calling the Pats as soon as the Commanders make their pick. Like
Sure, I
literally
mean, why not? I mean, I it's tough because I mean, you want to at least see Levis on the field and see what he's capable of, but
at the same time, if you do draft a QB behind him, then you give Levis another year, and then you can move Will Levis if you really are into that. But you spent a pick on him, so
sure. With number six here, the Chargers are really interesting because they have a few different things that they need. I mean, cornerback is pretty essential. Obviously, wide receiver is too. I think we kind of had the same argument back with our first draft of like, sure, it'd be nice to have um to have Herbert throw to neighbors and but like what's the point of doing that if he's going to have to be scrambling every time he throws it?
yeah.
With number six on the board, like with Joe Alt available, I don't think there's any other options like like a Joe Alt available here at number six or just this year in general. So I think with the number six pick in the 2024 NFL draft, Los Angeles Chargers select Joe Alt, tackle from Notre Dame.
Yep. And then that brings you to the Titans at seven. This one's also interesting here too.
Titans are very interesting here, and I think this is what I'm thinking here, and I'm not sure where we're gonna go yet, but I am gonna want to trade away from this
You want to move
because
down?
yes, I'm thinking I want to move down just because the value at number seven for what the Titans want at this point, since Joe Alt is gone, I don't think would be worth picking anyone. I think they could get a lot more compensation for this pick and then still get their tackle later down the line.
Then who do you have them moving down with?
I don't know yet. This is something that we could look into here with both your teams and my teams here. But I do want to move away from this pick. And let's look for someone
I
who
would
wants
go
a
with I would go with Denver because Denver probably wants to move up and get their QB as soon as possible so they can go address other needs. Because they had maybe Bo Nix at 7. Maybe they move
Really?
Tennessee Bo Nix at 7.
Really?
I don't know. Like it's one of those things where it's like the they need a QB, Vikings need a QB. The Jets don't need anything, so they could leapfrog all of those teams. Dallas Turner at 8 to the Falcons is a possibility. So we don't know who's standing pat. I could see them trying to jump up to 7, even 6, but 7 would make the most sense because I think, like you said, Tennessee needs a bunch of compensation. So I
Yeah.
think Denver makes the most sense as a trade partner here because they
Well,
need
here's the deal. I don't.
QB. They need a cheap QB because their cap is mostly gone from moving out from Russ. So
I think they stick with Stidham here, and I think they are in full rebuild mode for the next couple years.
then who do you have taken at 7?
Well, I don't know if I want to trade. I don't know if I like that trade here because I think they stick with 12 and they pick whoever's available at 12 here and tank for the next couple years. I
So
don't see a point. I don't see a point
Denver move.
in getting sloppy seconds, sloppy fifths here, and getting the fifth best quarterback on the board at number 7. I don't think that's the best
Here's the
option.
thing though, is people are saying JJ McCarthy is going to be overdrafted in the top 5. Like, so it's one of those things where if they
But
move,
he's already gone,
yeah, but you know what I mean. But like, he could go anywhere in that top 5. This is just what we think is going to happen.
right?
Like he's being gassed up as like a top 3 quarterback in this draft, and inevitably he's not. So
I don't know. I'm seeing neighbors on the board, and I think we should find someone who wants that that wide receiver there. I think neighbors is the next pick, no matter who it is.
you think
Even
you get
if it's the
neighbors to
Titan.
Tennessee at 7?
What's that?
You got neighbors to Tennessee at 7?
I'm saying no matter who it is, it's gonna be neighbors. I feel like,
Okay, so then yeah,
regardless if someone.
it'd have to be Tennessee.
Well, let's. Who else needs a wide receiver here? I'm looking at the Jaguars. I'm looking at the Colts here. They all need wide receivers. The Jets could move up at 10.
I would say like Pittsburgh, but then again, Pittsburgh did a bunch of things that don't really make sense to me. Kansas City's a possibility because they always need actual receivers. Then again, you've got Patrick Mahomes. So at the same
Right.
time, do you need wide receivers?
You do. You do. But could you see the Chiefs or like, yeah, let's go down the board here. Could you see the Chiefs move up? Could you see the Ravens move up? The Bills?
Bills,
Are
ooh,
these
Buffalo,
is
Buffalo. Suddenly, Buffalo makes a lot of sense because they're what we went over their wide receiver room in a previous video. They need help.
they need like they need a number one man.
I think
And
they,
if they stay put at 28, you might get Adonai Mitchell. Maybe.
yeah.
I think they're aggressive.
You think they move up as high as 7? I think that makes the most sense.
Why not? Let's do it. That's
All right.
something I haven't done yet.
Make a wild trade. So
Yeah.
you got the
So
Titans at 7. Where's Tennessee's logo here? Trading with Buffalo. Or
so all I'm doing is doing 7 with 28. I mean, as like for the purposes of the video, the trade package doesn't really matter. Let's just say they figure it out. But you got 2 seconds next year because you still have that Minnesota draft pick.
yeah. So then you
Let's
got
have the Buffalo Bills move up and
Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors, you are a Buffalo Bill. That's cool.
All right.
I
Um,
can see that, man. So with that being said, who's going to draft for the Titans at 28? Is that just going to be like a consensus between us two?
I think so. I had them for the purposes of the video. I had them giving up their first and second round pick to move up. So like for example, Tennessee will pick at 38 now in the second round, where Buffalo
Sure.
originally was. So
Okay.
we can deal with that later though.
Okay. So moving on to number 8, is this a really obvious pick here? Are we going to go with the obvious
No,
pick?
no, we're not. I think for all the love that Kirk Cousins is getting, that offensive line still needs attention. Because yes, they were a great running team, but now you got to protect Kirk because Desmond Ritter being 25 and being able to take a hit is different than Kirk at the age of 37 off an Achilles. They want to make sure he's fresh. So I have him taking the Penn State offensive tackle. I think it's or Olumaya
Fashanu.
Fashanu out of Penn State. I
Olu
think
Fashanu.
I think they make that run, they boost that run game even further, and they give Kirk a little bit of protection here, so he's not having to run for his life as a pocket passer. So
Are we are we like super positive that they need offensive line there though?
I mean, offensive line, like again, like I said, but your QB is different. They could get away with the offensive line they have because Des Ritter's mobile. Kirk Cousins isn't mobile.
Sure,
Trust me.
especially off that injury. Yeah, you're right.
I watched Kirk Cousins not be mobile and throw for 4,500 yards last year or 2 years
Yeah,
ago. So I think
right.
they get O line. I wouldn't be shocked if they go with Dallas Turner at 8, but I think offensive line makes a little bit more sense now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So
I'm with that. I'm with that. With number 9 here,
Chicago Bears.
here's the deal, Chicago. Here's the deal. You have 4 picks in the whole draft, and 2 of them are in the top 10. Why wouldn't you trade? Right.
Ooh, it's weird.
Right. Like, why wouldn't you get more picks? Because you already got the number 1 pick. So it's not like you don't have like this is it's not like this is the only first round pick that you have here. With that said though,
Who they move up?
who's willing
They need a dance
who's
partner.
willing to move up?
Yeah, they need
Like
a
who's
dance partner.
what's that?
They need a dance partner.
Hmm. Who's
Indy.
willing to give more compensation for a person that could drop?
Well, the question is, at 9, what are the Bears looking to draft that other teams want? Like,
Edge,
what position of the Bears? So you're saying someone moves up to
receiver, maybe?
maybe take Dallas Turner or Leitu
Well,
Latu?
I think the best fit for Chicago is Jared Verse, but I don't think they pick Jared Verse at number 9. I think that's a stretch.
I mean, here's the thing about Dallas Turner. It's not that he's bad. It's just it's more a name brand thing. Like with Mac Jones going as high as he did, it's like, oh, he went to Bama. Ooh.
Right. Right.
Then again, Bama has a good track record, but at the same time, Mac Jones in the top 10 was a crime. So
I'm looking for a dance partner here.
Chargers coming back up. Chargers moving what they got earlier from the
Yeah.
Giants up to, and then like because that would require Chicago to move out of the first round, I believe. So let's see.
Yep. But they don't need a first round pick though. So we don't have to pick anyone from who's here right
So
now.
it would be theoretically the deal would be Chicago giving up pick 9 and then the Chargers giving up pick 69 and 105 just so they could move out of the
So
move.
what are you saying here? Are they going for Romadunze there?
I think so, or they could go get defense. Remember that Chargers defense was atrocious. So
I don't think they go defense. I mean, because what if they're going defense, they're wanting a defensive back. So
are you
I don't
assuming the Chargers move up?
I wouldn't say I would assume it. Here's the deal. Another one that I like is the Jaguars here. I think I think they could like Romadunze here as well.
The
That's
thing is
another pick.
they've got a halfway decent receiver. They've got a functional receiving core. I'm not saying it's great. It's not elite, but it's functional. For what they need it for, I think it's functional. But
I think they have Christian Kirk, and I think they have just Christian Kirk. I don't know.
that's why I said functional. So
I don't know if Christian Kirk is a viable number 1 option here. With Stephon Diggs moving to your division here now, they need a star wide receiver as well. They just lost Ridley. That experiment didn't go well.
so you think Chicago trades with the Jaguars? I like that. Let's go with that.
You like that?
I do.
Okay,
So
let's do
pick, Chicago's going to send pick 9, and the Jaguars are going to give up probably pick 17 and pick 48.
it.
For
Yeah.
the purpose of the video, Chicago's going to move 9 to Jacksonville. Jacksonville's going to give them 17-48. Nice. And then uh, and then the third next year. So
Sure. Or something like that. It really doesn't matter what it is. It's just enough for them to move up. Because
yeah.
I don't know why they would stay there if a trade that is good is available. Why would they stay? Yeah, we got 3 trades already, man. That's a lot. But yeah, Roma Dunze. I think people want their wide receivers right now. It's a deep draft, but it's also with when you have a deep draft, deep draft of wide receivers, that means the top guys, the top dogs, are good as hell, and they're noticing that. So Malik Neighbors, Allen gets his guy, Lawrence gets his guy, of course Kyler Murray gets his guy. So that's three futures right there that I'm excited for. With the Jets here, I mean, obviously this is gonna be your pick, so you're gonna do whatever you want.
Gotta add
But
Roman.
I've seen them be high on that tackle from Oregon State. That's what I've seen.
At 10, I'm having them grab Brock Bowers because Aaron Rodgers needs another safety net. He needs another Jordy Nelson or who's your elite tight end with the Packers, or not elite, but who is his safety net? Richard Rodgers. Like they need,
Oh, I would say probably Jared Cook over him or like Jermichael Finley back in the day.
yeah, they need like a loot. They just need a big body he can check down to when Garrett Wilson's inevitably getting double covered. So,
So with this happening, what the commentators are gonna say is this is Aaron Rodgers' dream pick right here. Throughout his whole career, he's never had a skill player being drafted in the first round, and as soon as he moves to New York, he gets his first round. Uh, what's it called?
first round pick.
Um,
Bowers at 10.
yeah, skill position. That's what I meant.
I'm
Skill
curious.
position.
I'm curious to see what you've got for 11.
11 here with the Minnesota Vikings.
For anyone listening, we intentionally did this so I couldn't make a homer pick at 11.
Okay.
I mean, Dallas Turner's still on the board, and we just lost to Neil Hunter. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll let you cook.
No. I understand that. Um, wouldn't he be a defensive tackle though, or is he an edge?
They put him in both spots. I think he's built to be an edge because he's not big and I mean he's big. He's built like a defensive tackle, but at the same time he's got like a Micah Parsons type build. So
Right. Um, they got number 11. They got 23 here. Um, will all three of those edges still be available? It's possible. Because I would love to see Jared Verse in a Vikings jersey. That seems like a great fit to me. With that said, I think what's realistic here is them going QB. And I think with the 11th pick, they're going to go with Bo Nix.
God.
And I'm not, and here's the deal. This is a prediction. I don't think they should do this with Dallas Turner on the board here, but that's a big need, and they are win now right now.
So at 11, you've got them taking Bo Nix.
Bo Nix at 11.
All right. With that said, with all the Bo Nix to Denver, because I have Denver at 12, I think they panic and they go Michael Penix. Go get
Ooh.
their guy immediately. Because think about it. Who's left on the board? You got Rattler, you got Michael Pratt, you got Jordan Travis, you got Joe Milton, you got Austin Reed. Four of those are guys that quite frankly could benefit from another year of college, but it's not
Well, you
possible.
never know, dude. I mean, we saw Brock Purdy come out, and
So I
I
think
don't know.
at 12, the Denver Broncos select Michael Penis Jr.
I don't personally, I don't think they go like you have Turner on the board. It's surprising to see both of those guys go uh uh
Hello.
for Turner, but QB is so important. This is definitely something that could happen.
So who do you have? Who's in mind? Because the Raiders could go literally whatever they want, and it would be a good pick. So the Eagles are an interesting candidate here. Because you got to understand, do they even have a pick? Let's look here.
No, they got 22.
They're sitting at 22. If they want to go up and get their guy, because remember, again, their defense was also atrocious. It's the reason they didn't go on the run that everybody thought they were going to go on, right? So if they want to move up and go get their guy, I could see them swapping with Vegas because that way both teams still have a first round pick. Philly gets what they need. Vegas could probably get Philly's second round pick too to go fill out something.
Yeah, and
Go
they
get
can
like
still get a solid offensive tackle at 22.
not only that, but like if they take pick 50 from Philly, they could go like get a Spencer Rattler or a Michael Pratt or whoever's floating there if they just want to go get a guy, go get a guy. Because at this point, the top
That's like a they're like third. Those are like third round picks, man.
I know, but here's the thing though. Who's left on the board that you don't really have a choice. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying they have to, but they don't really have a choice because who's top four prospects are already gone in the first 12 picks. So
Yeah, top five, all
top
five of
five.
them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never had a draft. This is like the craziest.
Yeah, this has been the craziest draft ever. So Philly's
Yeah.
an option. Do you have anyone else in mind?
Well, here's the deal with Philly. It would be a very Philly thing to do to trade up to 13 here and still not take a corner. Because I don't remember the last time they took a corner in the first round.
We'd have to go way
Even
back.
though that's what they need the most here.
And they have a Georgia bias. So do with that what you want to.
Right. So do the Packers too, apparently.
Here's the thing, they could also just take best available. Like they could just go get best available on offense or defense. They could go get Fuaga. They could go get J.C. Latham out of Bama. They could go get Dallas Turner or Latu out of UCLA. Like,
Let's say they go offensive tackle here. How far is Turner gonna actually drop?
uh,
Because I think someone's gonna have to trade up for him anyway.
there's a couple teams behind him I could see using it.
Like who?
Literally, like the Saints, literally all of them, because everyone needs upgrades on the defensive line.
I understand that. I think the Saints, if they don't pick an offensive tackle, someone's gonna get fired.
That's true.
I think I think the Colts with all the defensive backs being available, they have to go Quinyon Mitchell or something there.
Yeah. So do you have a dance partner for the Raiders, or are you gonna sit here and take somebody at
I
30?
don't I don't with the 13th overall pick, the Raiders are gonna go with Dallas Turner.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dallas Turner, Max Crosby
Oh my,
going at
oh my God, that's gonna feed families.
that's
Um,
crazy, dude.
yeah. So
Yeah,
at
because I think here's the thing. I think they're seeing the two quarterbacks go right above them, and they're having Turner fall into their lap. Yeah, they could take some compensation for that, but like this is a player who's dropping. This is a player who could go 7 or 8 or 9,
go to 13, yeah. Again, like
dropping.
I said, it's also one of those things where it's like they need someone to pair with Max Crosby because Max Crosby is inevitably going to get doubled, and you have to
Yep.
play Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and I forgot who the third team in their division is.
Michael Penix now.
Yeah, Michael Penix in Denver. So like, you got
Yeah.
guys who can move. I theoretically it makes the most sense to me because then their defense won't get shelled for 35; they'll get shelled for 28 instead. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
at
All right.
at 10,
Someone gonna get fired if you don't take.
or yeah, at 14, not 10. What am I talking about? It's like you said, and you're gonna bully me into taking an offensive tackle. I think they go Fuaga because
Yeah.
I watched that Saints game. Derek Carr was in a phone booth all day. He couldn't get anything going. He
Yeah.
got hit from multiple different sides like this.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
cost.
I understand Verse and Latu are all available but
I think you go
yeah, someone's
Fuaga.
getting fired if they don't go Fuaga here.
Yeah, I think you go Fuaga at 14, so that way Derek Carr doesn't die in week 3. So
Right. So they
15,
don't have to go back to Jameis Winston if he's even still on that team.
yeah, 15 for Indy. What do you got?
I want to see the depth chart. Okay. That's not fun. So I'm seeing Pittman and I'm seeing Downs and I'm seeing Alec Pierce. That's not a fun wide receiver room.
And also the Jonathan Taylor situation, see what happens with him too. So
Right. So unfortunately, Brock Bowers has already gone. If Brock Bowers was still available, it's going to be a no-brainer pick here.
I don't know if they go tight end. Maybe they go receiver because they got
No,
Mo
they can't go
Alley-Cox.
tight end. They can't go tight end because Brock Bowers is gone.
That's what I'm saying though. So they probably have to go receiver because
Right.
Mo Alley-Cox was serviceable for them last year. I said serviceable. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not
Yes.
overboard.
And now their second option is what? Alec Pierce, Josh Downs.
Yeah, and you've got Brian Thomas. You got Brian Thomas Jr., Adonai Mitchell, and Xavier Worthy and Keon Coleman all sitting there.
I think personally, I think Keon Coleman is dropping to the second round. I don't think he's first round talent. I'm taking McConkey. I'm taking Franklin. I'm taking both of those guys over Keon Coleman here. But that's just me. But yeah, when you have DK Metcalf 2.0 sitting when you really need wide receiver. But here's the deal: you also have all of the cornerbacks on the board. You have free range here. And one thing I could see is them going safety here, even. And they could take the best safety available in Cooper DeJean.
My lack of melanin, my fully melanin brother Kuba Jean. Yeah.
Lack of melanin.
Yes.
So that could be an option.
Yeah.
Quinyon Mitchell, I think, is the best cornerback available.
Corner for them, again, this is your pick. This is just my thoughts. I think corner for them makes some sense because, again, you got to think about who they're going to play. You got CJ Stroud and the Houston Avengers. You've
Yeah.
got Trevor Lawrence, and all of his glorious hair. He's going to be fine. Again, I forgot who the fourth team is.
Oh, and not only him having his glorious hair, he has Roma Dunze now too, by the way.
Yeah.
I love Quinyon Mitchell. I think Quinyon Mitchell is the best corner in the league. Not in the league, in this draft here. But they do need safety as well. And if you have someone who could play both and is that versatile to play both, it's going to be tough to pass up Cooper DeJean here. You
Yeah.
disagree?
I mean, he's fresh off of, I don't know, was it a fractured leg? Like, did he?
I understand that, but at his pro day, he looked phenomenal, and I think he's growing on people's boards.
I mean, I think, yeah, I think they go
He
defense.
has lost a step. I
I don't
if
know where.
I'm gonna go Quinyon Mitchell here, but I'm telling you, Cooper DeJean is uh is not gonna drop much farther.
No,
Let's just
Cooper
say that.
Dean will be first round. I think it's probably back end though. But
We'll see. I don't know. I'm high on DeJean, especially after his pro day.
at
But yeah, I'm going Quinyon Mitchell. Either way,
at 16,
this is one that I've seen myself drop.
yeah,
I mean,
16.
like trade
They
back.
need they need guards, they need tackles, they need linebackers, they need a lot of help on defense. So
They pretty much need everything.
I'm gonna piggyback off of you. I think he slips right by the Colts and Cooper Jean goes to 16 at
Hmm.
battle. Because they
Okay.
they need corners. He can play corner. They need safeties. He can play safety too. So I think they'll use him in a Micah Parsons type way, where they can line him up in either spot, like they did with Micah Parsons on the DN and as an inside linebacker.
Right.
I think Cooper DeJean at 16 to the Seahawks makes the most sense.
I can
So
see it.
he's a Swiss Army knife type guy. He's gonna have to be good in the run because you're gonna see the Niners twice a year.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, Cooper DeJean, and keep in mind he played on a Big Ten defense where run defense was emphasized. So
Yeah.
I think he makes the most sense at 16 to Seattle.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah. I can see this, dude. I'm liking this so far, to be honest with you.
yeah,
I'm really liking this.
that brings up the Bears at 17 after they moved back.
Bears are back, baby. And like I said, I do like verse.
He's still on the board somehow.
What's that?
Somehow is still on the board.
Yeah, Latu dropping to 17 as well is crazy. But I mean, when you have 5 QBs in the first 12, people are gonna drop.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen.
inevitable.
Um, I think, like I said, Verse is a better fit, but Latu is a freak of an animal. So it's hard for me moving towards Verse. With that said, I'm going with the 17th overall pick. The Bears are taking Latu.
See, there's an argument to be made for both of those edge rushers because do you want a guy who played the on a Pac-12 defense where they got shelled every single night and he didn't really get to show his stuff,
Hmm.
Or do you want an ACC, a guy from gee, I can't even speak, from Florida State, who's went 15-1 or 14-1 and got snubbed out of a college football playoff solely because their QB broke his leg a month earlier?
I think all three of these edges are going to be.
Yeah, they're all comparable, but it's about kind of who they went for. So the Bengals at 18. It
Yeah,
says the website says they need wide receiver. Now,
sure. They need wide receiver. I mean, assuming,
here's the hard part.
uh,
We don't know if T. Higgins is going to be
right.
a, Bengal. So let's say that they tag him because I'm pretty sure he's been rumored to be who they can tag. So let's say he's still here. That means that leaves them with tackle, corner, guard, defense tackle. They got Trey Hendrickson on that side of the ball. Their pass rush isn't bad. I think they look to protect Joe Burrow again because you can never have too many offensive linemen in an era where they want more points scored. They want quarterbacks putting up gaudy numbers. So I think they go
So what position you thinking?
offensive tackle. I think they go J.C. Latham out of Bama
I love that pick.
because Burrow. They don't have Joe Mixon in the backfield, so whatever running back is back there is going to need help. They're going to need to
Okay.
keep Joe Burrow upright because the championship window is his whole career, and his whole career will be over in 5 years if they don't get him some help. And at some point, he's going to stop. The freak injuries that he's had are going to regress. Like at some point, those are going to stop happening. So you know what I mean? Like he's not going to have a freak injury like every year. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
get it's also football and weird things happen. But with that said, the
With that said,
Rams at
the,
19, brother.
the Rams, um, they have a lot of needs, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I'm
I mean,
seeing mostly
I mean,
I'm seeing mostly defensive, especially in light of Aaron Donald retiring.
right. I mean, sure, you could take a tackle here too, but yeah, I think edge is important. I mean, I don't know if I can name you a cornerback on that team. Can you? Can we look that up quick?
Two starting options, veterans Darius Williams, and then they got Trey White from the Bills. So it's a Tre'Davious White and Darius Williams that are two starters. So
Okay.
and Trey White's been around forever. I feel at least
Yeah, so they're kind of getting up there in age, man. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go corner, but again, it's your pick. I'm gonna let you cook.
No, I think that's not even a bad class here, but with I'm gonna go Arnold here
Terry
simply
Arnold, corner,
simply due to the fact of they're older now. Like you're gonna need someone to
Medrum
fill that role in the next couple of years. So yeah, Kieran Arnold,
at
number
19 for
19.
the Rams.
Yes, sir.
Word. Pittsburgh at 20.
Now here, I wanna argue something here. I understand that they need a tackle really, really bad, and Mims is a great fit for that team. But I've been seeing buzzes of the Niners trading up and giving them Ayuk.
I'm
And they could also have number 31 and still get their guy.
Yeah, that's the hard part, but it's gonna be compensation on both sides. So I'm gonna have them standing pat,
Okay.
and I'm gonna have them take a receiver because I love George Pickens, but you have Russ now. Russ needs more than one guy to throw to. They're not a dynamic passing offense, which as much as they try to be, I think they go Adonai Mitchell at 20.
Over Brian Thomas?
They're going to prioritize speed and trying to move the ball down the field, and he ran a 4.2 40. So I think they go Adonai Mitchell at 20.
Dang, that's hot.
It is. It's like you're in an AFC North where you've got Joe Burrow who can sling it. You've got Massage Watson who can sling it. You've got Lamar Jackson who's vastly improved his ability to throw the ball. As much as that's going to be a prison cell of a division, they need to be able to put up more than 150 yards or whatever it was last year on offense passing. Then so
Yeah.
I go Adonai Mitchell and prioritize maybe speed over a big body. So
Yeah, man. I could definitely see that. I mean, I think someone's getting fired
yeah,
because that offensive line needs some work.
Isn't going to be
I
my
don't
comment.
know, man, because they're gonna trade Ayuk, man, and they're gonna trade up.
Again, that could be smoke. That could be smoke and mirrors too. They could just be trying to mess around a little bit. So who
Mm,
knows?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, I mean, with that said, I think 21 is
The Dolphins.
you got
Dolphins have more needs than meets the eye, I think.
yeah. I think yeah, they need some offensive line. You got some good ones available here.
They need defensive help too.
Yeah, but they just lost Wilkins. I think if you throw in Byron Murphy here, I think that's the best play available. I love the idea of them getting um Powers Johnson. They need a center help as well, but I'm gonna go Byron Murphy from Texas.
At 21.
Welcome.
22. The Eagles. I think they go defense here.
Ooh,
You know why? Because again, their defense got diced up by Baker Mayfield. Their defense got diced up by Dak twice.
but
So
who?
that's the hard part is who. They've got I forgot what his name is. Pass rusher for them. They drafted him last year. I should know what his name is.
Georgia.
Yeah. What's his name?
Yeah, he's from Georgia.
Because they paired him with the Kobe Dean. Javon Carter. Javon Carter, there it is.
Yeah.
They've already got kind of beef on they got Fletcher Cox up there, so I don't think they go D line.
I want to make an argument here. I think they could trade, and I think the Packers are interested in moving up because you got both the Vikings and the Cowboys that could possibly grab a tackle here. So I think they're calling the Eagles right now, and they say, "Hey, we want number 22. We want to leapfrog both of those teams and grab our guy at tackle." You're getting a call right now.
I am getting a call,
Putting
but
it himself.
unfortunately, I'm not picking up. I'm
Do you
gonna.
think you can still get your guy at 25 and also get more compensation here?
I don't know because they don't like. There's only one position I see them urgently needing. That's linebackers. Because like N'Kobe Dean's still raw. He's in his second year, I believe.
So
So I
you think a linebacker could go in the next three picks here?
yeah, I don't see 23 or 24. Maybe
Right.
24.
So why not trade with the Packers and get more compensation at 25?
I don't know if moving down 3 spots is worth it just for the purposes of getting an extra like second or third rounder.
Why not? You're still gonna get your guy.
I think they go Junior Colson out of Michigan, linebacker.
Well, what? Holy shit.
It's gonna be it's gonna be, they're gonna fall for the JJ McCarthy type hype. Just be like, oh my God, he was on Michigan's defense. They're so good. And there's
Damn.
no Georgia players available at that position, so they have to go pick it from a different school, unfortunately. So yeah, Junior Colson at 22. Now again, that's very subject to change, but I like any linebacker, but Junior Colson I think is better than most of them.
Mhm. Yeah. With the Vikings at 23 here, this is the most obvious pick so far. I'm going Jared Verse.
Yeah, versus I'm
He's
shocked
still
he's
very,
gone this far. So
yeah.
Jared goes to 23 to my Vikings.
That sounds like a Viking right there, man. You get Bo Nix and you get Jared Verse. What do you think of that? Hey?
Oh yeah, but yeah, you could try to mold Jared Verse into another Daniel Hunter type edge rusher if you really are so inclined. But
You think
Dallas, Dallas at 24.
are they going tackle or are they going with Brian Thomas? I don't think there's any other options besides those two, maybe even Powers Johnson.
They didn't do anything in free agency, so they have their options completely wide open. The only needs they addressed were signing their long snapper, which is great.
Well, I mean, they need to pay CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's the Justin Jefferson type situation where you need to pay your guy before you can make any moves. Um,
So here's my argument here. If they're paying their guy, they need another wide receiver that's cheap. maybe on a rookie deal, maybe at 24.
We're also forgetting their only rostered running back is Deuce Vaughn, 5'7", 160.
They're not going. There's no running backs going in the first round. I'm sorry.
You're gonna look me in the eyes and tell me you wouldn't take a Blake Corum or a bowling ball Braylon Allen in the first.
When you have DK Metcalf on the board here,
Yeah,
yeah,
but they need
I
someone
can.
to run the
You
ball
can
to.
wait for the second round, man.
No, I think they go Blake Corum at 24.
No way, dude.
They need a running back. He's probably the best available solely based on his body of work the last couple of years.
You can get that for so much cheaper.
You can,
That's so expensive.
but they need to go get that. Yeah, well, it's the same idea with overdrafting JJ McCarthy. It's too expensive, but it needs it.
Right, but that's a quarterback, man. Like that position is so much more valuable. This you could pick this guy up. You could even trade up and get him in the second round. Even though I know you have a second round pick already, but you could trade up early second round and even do it in the second day. That's
Yeah.
expensive.
Skill guys rule in this kind of draft, so I think they go get a skill guy and then just go get whoever they want later. So, but yeah, we'll move to
Someone's getting fired.
someone's getting fired.
Someone is getting fired.
We're gonna find out. But speaking of getting fired, just kidding. No, that doesn't really. That was a bad joke. But Packers at 25. I don't know how I can make this pick if you'd like, or you can make a homer pick if you want.
I mean, I'm gonna be really upset if Troy Fautanu is not a Green Bay Packer when he's sitting here at 25.
So are you gonna take? You gonna take them?
I'm gonna take Fautanu. This is a guy that can go in the top 10. This is a guy that I could see the Jets stretching and getting him at 10, especially if Fulaga's out.
Okay, so he's going at 25 to the Green Bay Packers.
I would have been very upset if that guy was not picked. So I gotta take him there.
26.
Again, I think the Niners are wanting to trade up for Mims here. They really want Mims. And with the Cardinals and the Titans still like coming up here, they're gonna want their tackle. I think you're getting a call from the Niners here with the Bucks, and they're wanting Mims. So they're gonna give up some pretty good compensation here for Mims.
The Niners don't need offensive tackles though.
Yeah, they do.
They have the best offensive line in the league, brother.
Dude,
What?
and how old are they?
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? They care about their future.
If they have them all intact, you can get offensive linemen in literally every draft ever because there will be 50 of them. I don't. No, no, we're not. I'm not doing this with you right now, Jack. That's an outlandish take.
What do you mean outlandish take, dude? You took Blake Corum at 24.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that wasn't outlandish, but I'm saying as a guy who makes outlandish takes, that's outlandish.
I don't know. That's a little bit more realistic than a running back at 24.
I'm gonna go against my own argument here, and because the Bucks need got offensive linemen as well, but I think they go.
I mean, Barton's available. I think I'm high on Jackson Powers Johnson too. He's going to be a really good center, and they could use both of those guys.
I don't know if they go O line though. I have a feeling.
Yeah, you also got Wiggins available. McKinstry's available.
Yeah, I'm between Chop Robinson and Kool-Aid. I think they go
Yeah,
Chop. Their pass rush needs a little bit of help, so I think they go Chop Robinson out of Penn State.
sure.
Now again, he could go top 15 too, but we just don't know. This is where you could make this Niners trade, but the problem is it's in division. So
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're not giving up like superstars, like trades in division with draft picks happen all the time. With that said, though, Johnny Newton's still available. Yeah, Johnny Newton's still available. I don't see why you don't go there, and get your defensive tackle. Um, Not gonna happen here, but I do want to bring this up. Brian Thomas Jr. with Marvin Harrison Jr. That would be fun. I'm not gonna do that. They're
It's,
gonna
it's
go. They're
not
gonna go.
unrealistic because again, they've got like Greg Dortch is their wide receiver one. Like I could see them taking two receivers. I don't think I agree with you. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it is a
It's also a deep
possibility.
draft though, so I don't see why not. They could go another wide receiver, but they're not gonna do it in the first round. Give me Johnny Newton from Illinois.
Offensive tackle. Where is he? What position is he again? Am I just
What are you
delusional?
looking for?
Defensive tackle. Yeah, no, I had to look him up real quick. Johnny Newton out of Illinois. The Titans at 28. You don't have Derrick Henry anymore, but at the same time, you do have a second year quarterback in Will Levis back there. I'm I'm gonna
I
go.
don't see how they don't go tackle here.
Yeah, I think they go. Let's see, who do they have?
I
Who's
don't
it?
see why they wouldn't go Mims.
Yeah, I think they go. Yeah, either
Mims
Mims.
is Mims could go like in the teens.
Yeah, they go Mims or Christian Haynes. I think they go Mims out of Georgia. Roll Dogs. So yeah, Amarius Mims out of Georgia.
I'm
28.
taking Martin over Haynes even.
You got the Detroit line, our darling, the Detroit Lions at 29.
Now, this is gonna be an outlandish pick.
I'm here for it.
I just need my stats.
Michael Pratt. No, I'm just kidding.
What are we
Imagine,
doing?
imagine they took Michael Pratt to back up Jared Goff first round. Complete reach.
You said what?
Imagine they take Michael Pratt to back up Jared Goff for literally no logical reason.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. No, okay. So I'm looking at the combine results for this guy.
What side of
Uh
the ball? What side of the ball is he on?
he's a defense player.
Okay.
I don't see them going offense, man. They need corner. I mean, they could go guard. They could go Barton here. I can see it. Maybe even wide receiver. This man that I'm gonna go with, 267 pounds here.
It's a
The
big
4.75 40 and a 702 3 cone drill. The lateral quickness on this man is ungodly, and they need edge. I'm going Marshawn Nealand from Western Michigan.
Ooh. Shout out mid major. Marshawn Nealon at 29
Sure.
to the Lions.
Just for that weight at 270, that dude can move.
Yeah.
Like I was watching some clips of this man. Oh my gosh. And as a Packer fan and you as a Viking fan, if I see this happen at 29 and they're reaching for him in the first round, they know what's happening. I feel like this right here this is obvious.
It's not safety because they already have Kyle Hamilton there. So they
They
got
need wide receiver and Brian Thomas dropped to 30.
yeah, it says they need guard tackle. They don't need edge rusher, I don't think. Yeah, I think they go offense. He needs somebody else to throw to. So yeah, I'm gonna go Brian Thomas at 30. There's no way he falls out of the first round. So Brian
Brother,
Thomas at 30.
I would I would quit this draft right now if you didn't take Brian Thomas.
Yeah, I think it just makes too much sense. And there's someone's gonna take him. I just don't know if he falls that low.
Yeah, with that said, wow. That big body, Brian Thomas, big body, and what's his name? Derrick Henry. That's mean.
That
That
is
is
it is a
mean.
division where you have to be mean in order to survive.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I was just checking
Okay.
the score of the game, and this is going on. No one will care about this afterwards, but the Mavs are down 30.
The Mavs?
The Mavs are down 56 to 30 to the Kawhi-less Clippers.
Oh my gosh. Who's going off right now?
James Harden has 20. Yeah, that's about right.
Oh wow. It is James. Good for him, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like whatever side you took in that one, you kind of knew the Clippers were going to galvanize themselves a little bit, not
Yeah.
knowing they had to win they're going to have to win probably most of the series without Kawhi. So, anyway,
Yeah. You
Now,
got players who can do it. It's just they're older now. So
speaking of older, there's an old offensive line in San Francisco that you wouldn't let me forget about. So what are you gonna
yeah,
do?
with that said, I might go corner. Well, here's the deal, dude. I mean,
Damn it,
they
Jack.
wanted Mims, they wanted Fautanu. Their
You
guys aren't available anymore.
you can't lecture me about them needing offensive line and be like, it's going corner.
I don't know. They need corner too, to be honest. Well, I mean, you're taking Guyton 3 picks after Mims. I don't think the value's there. I think they go athletic corner, and I think they go Nate Wiggins.
Corner out of Clemson. Kool-Aid McKinstry still on the board. You Nate Wiggins.
Yeah, he's quicker. He's more athletic. I don't know. He's small, but he'll be fine.
So Nate Wiggins at 31 to the Niners.
I also, if this means anything, I could see him in a Niners jersey more than McKinstry. I don't know. I think that's just intuition there,
Yeah.
mostly.
So Wiggins at 31.
With oh my gosh, I can't believe we have Graham Barton and we have Jackson Powers Johnson most likely, and Kool-Aid McKinstry, all three of those guys
No,
most likely
they're
into
not
the second.
falling out the first round. Chiefs are going to take Kool-Aid at 32.
Ooh.
They need corners, dude. Who on that Chiefs defense outside of Chris Jones can you name me the corners? Their corners are Leo. No, that's
Yeah,
a
you got McDuffie. McDuffie's a dog,
yeah. You
and
got
he's young.
Joshua Williams, Nick Jones, Keith Taylor, and Calvin Joseph as your listed as some of your corners. You got Trent McDuffie on the other side. I think they go Kool-Aid at 32 and they pair
If
him.
he drops to 32, I say why not?
Well, not only that, but they compare him with McDuffie on the other side.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna be
I
neat.
think they go Kool-Aid at 32. This one's pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah,
I'd be shocked if Obama defensive player falls out of the first round. So
yeah, I understand that. With that said, that's our back and forth. Obviously, we're gonna do a um our own official picks coming up here in the next couple days. So
oh
we're clearly not going to see that running back going at 24 for
yeah,
mine at least.
yeah. That will be
Idiotic,
that will be our
by the way.
final mock draft, and that should drop on Wednesday, ideally.
Ideally, yeah. Well, just before the draft in general on Thursday. So,
Mhm.
or maybe Thursday morning. But yeah, with that said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.